All right,
And we're live. Happy
we're live.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Woo!
All right. So tonight let's just talk about Friday. It's not really a frequency, but it's just a happy Friday.
Happy
There's been a
Friday.
lot of frequencies between us going on during the week. There are a lot of different things. So we could cover many topics, but tonight I wanted to share a little personal story that I had about my ego. So I posted a post yesterday, and I was light and cheery and like showing people like what is possible when you flip the script if you're looking at something negative, and showing, telling, how I've learned how to um, just shift into a different positive attitude. And then my ego started rearing its ugly head and trying to keep me safe. And just, I had all of these thoughts of like, who am I to be a positive light when everything is so negative and uncertain in the world? And I didn't get a lot of response on the post. And so I was kind of thinking that I had like overstepped my boundaries, when I know in my heart that that's what the world needs right now. I guess I was still relying on validation. So, and then to validate myself, my ego was like, oh, because you don't have credibility for that. Who are you to, to think that way? So it was really strange to have the old beliefs come back up and try to keep me safe. But I didn't let it spiral into 3 days or 4 days or a week like I used to. I tamed the beast. I tamed the beast, and I was like, wait a minute. This is that little thing that's going on that I can shift and I can pivot and have control. So I took back control, and I just, hunkered down. And my what my ego wanted me to do was just like retreat, hunker down, hide. But I was just like, no, I'm gonna be bold and shine my light anyway. Yeah,
Yay! That's so
yeah.
cool. Yay!
Oh,
Yeah,
so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. That's like, I mean, how many people have an ego that's a killer? How many people out there are aware that their ego is kind of a meanie? And our in
Absolutely.
our family, in our family, if somebody does something we don't like, we call them a meanie all the time. You meanie, you're a meanie, But it's like that's what the ego is. The ego can be like this little mean voice inside of you, and I totally understand. I totally hear you. Like one of my posts this week that hasn't gotten published yet, but you guys can all look for it soon. Is about how my ego knocks me around regarding friendship. And my ego wants me to say to everybody, I am the worst friend. I am the most horrible friend in the world, because my ego always tears me apart because I haven't had really great friendships with women. I really
Mhm.
haven't. I've done something to sabotage it, or I've done something to, or people have moved away, or I've been friends with somebody and then found out that like we don't even align. And so then it's like, oh, I kind of pull back from the friendship. And then my ego is telling me like, you're the worst friend in the world. You're the worst friend in the world. And I've believed that. I have believed that for a long time, that I'm just like a horrible, horrible, horrible friend to people. And what I'm starting to realize is, our egos really are meanies. They really either want to keep us safe, want to keep us comfortable, um, or want to keep us kind of depressed, even just like not happy. And like we've talked about it
Yeah.
before, how if you're feeling a negative emotion, it's usually an aspect of your ego that is lying to you and is telling you a lie. And so that's what I have to remember about friendship. It's like, yeah, I might not be the best friend in the world, but I'm not the worst friend. I'm not the worst friend. Um, I might be learning how to be friends with people because I'm pretty much an introvert. I did not grow up with a lot of friendships. I grew up with maybe one or two really good friends. And I am the classic female that, like, if I meet a man, my friends kind of, sorry ladies, I want to check this out, but it's like I was thinking, well, I have my man. Now I'm trying to reach out and have more friendships, but I want to be discerning about them. I want to make sure that I'm not going to act like that bad friend, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And yeah, and that, yeah, we're similar in that aspect. I will beat myself up. It's like if I said the wrong thing, or if I offended some, if I like offended you or something like that, if I don't hear back from you, and then I'm like, okay, just like let it go. The world revolves around me, but not like all around me. So, I have to like let that go and be nicer to myself and just relax, because I will jump right into like I have to solve a problem and there's not even really a problem there. And I'm like, my mind is already going, oh, okay. Or I hold back on saying something that I want to say because I've been burned before, which turns out like I really wasn't burned before. It was my subconscious mind knowing that this relationship isn't aligned with me, and then so I self-sabotage it and it goes away. And I was like, when I look back at it in hindsight, I'm like, well, I really wasn't benefiting from that friendship, and it was good that it left my life. And so I, like, you kind of create your reality, and so the things happen and they move out of your life. But yeah, my ego would say the same, be the same way. And just like protection mode, like, oh, that could happen again, so don't be all yourself, hold back. Yeah.
It's really a funny thing because, like, when we have the courage, and we're brave enough to be everything that we are, and to trust, trust in our intuition and trust who we are, and then even like make a stand, for yourself, that you like these things and you don't like these other things. And it's not like you have to like be a meanie. You don't have to be a meanie about it with somebody or a friend, but and but you get to like be who you are. And I have found, like, in the relationships, the more authentic I am, the more intimate that relationship can be. And I'm not talking about sexually intimacy. I'm just talking about closeness, the heart-to-heart connection, and those relationships with people where I find, and I think we all have an intuitive sense. I think we all have an intuitive sense that there's certain people that aren't safe. I don't know if that is your ego. I think there's certain people who are not safe. There's certain people who you do not share your authentic self with. And it could be because either they're not ready for it, you're picking it up, you're picking up on it, whatever. Yeah.
I've actually had that situation where I was my authentic self, and I did share pieces of me with somebody, a couple of them, that turned around and used it against me in a situation that it came back and bit me in the ass. And so that's why, like, I'm like in protection mode. But as long as you're like, you go into a situation with a little bit, I guess you could go into it with a little bit of, has not really hesitation, but you could be yourself but still be aware and listen to your intuition. And if you're coming from a heart-centered space instead of ego, yeah, like trying to.
I think that's part of it. I think that's when we're totally grounded in who we are, and we can come to the other person out of a heart-centered space. It's like, I think we intuitively know how intimate we're going to be able to be with this person. Because I know, like, I meet people now, and the more grounded I am in me, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And it's just like, okay, and I have no ego about it. I just know, like, oh, well, we're not going to align. And I'm okay with that, us not aligning. I just go, oh, I know I'm just going to share about this much. And they're not ready for all of me. And I don't want to give them all of me if they're not ready for it, because all of me is pretty damn good. I really like
Right?
all of me.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm pretty damn valuable.
Yeah. Awesome. So
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, you guys. So if you have, anybody that needs to hear this, it's completely normal to have your ego rear its ugly head in certain situations to protect you or to not let you shine your light.
Mm, yeah.
Keep you
Yeah.
dim, keep you small, keep you from like venturing out, taking chances, taking risks. That's the ego part of you, that you can have like a certain feeling that your first thought is like, oh, let's go do this, and then your next thought is, no, we better not do that. That's the safe zone, and oh, talk yourself out of it. So if you take the leap and take the jump of the first voice, that's the one that's going to guide you into like something special, something fun, something unknown, which is like, it's that tingly feeling and you get all excited, but it's scary. But if you wait too long, then you can just sit there and talk yourself right out of it, and then you miss the opportunity. Another
Yeah.
opportunity is going to come along, but you're taking it the hard way because you could just follow the little feelings, the good feeling thoughts. And
Yeah.
I've talked myself out of good things all my life, I'm sure, but my road has led me to here, which is the perfect place where I need to be. But I think I went the long way around a whole long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to say, like, that three part intuition, or whatever, exactly what you were saying, Tariq goes into in the workshop. So if you
Yeah.
guys haven't watched day 3 in
Oh,
the 4-day workshop that we just ended, but it's still up, so you can still get in there. His talk on that was priceless. It was pure gold. I mean, just about
yeah.
the ego and the intuitive mind and the fearful mind. Exactly what Roseanne said, that we have different voices in our head, and he really explains it really, really well. So if you haven't listened to it, or if you have, go back and listen to it, because it was pure gold.
Yeah. That was amazing. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, everybody has these voices, not just me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
One time I did hear, once or twice I did hear a man's voice, and that was weird. That was really weird. That's a whole other topic.
I think so.
Yeah, that
All right.
was strange. But anyway, yes, it turned into like frequency Friday friends,
There you go.
friendship.
Friendship is good. I mean, okay, and I'll add this last thing. It's like, if you guys join us on Money Mondays, we talk a lot about having a relationship with money, and having like a really gooey, juicy relationship with money. And like, money is your lover, and money is your best friend. And so what really gets me, I mean, what I really had to look at this week with this friendship post that's coming up, it's like, if I'm treating money with so much respect and so much, and so much care, um, then I need to also treat the people in my life like that. And that includes my friendships. And so, of course, I may not have a lot of really great, intimate friendships with people, because I'm not giving them that devotion or that honor that they deserve. And so every relationship that we're in, the relationship with ourselves, a relationship with money, relationship with our home, relationship with our spouse, with our kids, all of those deserve all of you. And I know I get lazy. And I don't put my all into all of my relationships. And that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning, that how important frequency is.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And I play around with it a little bit. I got some money laying around and I'll like dance around with it. And then I set it down and I don't even pay attention to it anymore. And then the other day when I was getting ready to go to work, I have like money from my sale from last week's challenge, and I have $100 bill sitting on my dresser, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you been? There you are." Hey. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, we have this relationship." I'm like, "Hey, yeah, kind of nice to bring it out, just talk
Yeah,
to it instead of just like tuck it away and hide it in the bank and all that."
absolutely.
Okay, well, this turned out fun. I'm so glad we
Yeah,
did this.
me too.
Yeah, yeah. All
Thanks for the.
right.
All right. Well, everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we will see you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.